Walking around the old town of Bratislava is a delight to the eyes. The area is full of beautifully ornate Baroque, neoclassic and pre-war architecture that leaves most visitors gleefully oohing and ahhing in much the same way as they might on seeing a fluffy kitten. The gorgeous Art Nouveau church of St. Elizabeth is a prime example. It's known fondly as the Blue Church, not because of its powder blue sugar icing exterior, but because it is also delightfully blue on the inside as well. Yet turn a wrong corner in the Slovakian capital and the needle may suddenly screech off the vinyl record playing in one's head. For example, built in the 1970s to house the local radio station, this inverted pyramid was not influenced by the ancient Egyptians, but by communist-leaning socialism. Its minimalist straight lines, and some might argue bad taste, are typical of the architecture built here during the city's post-war socialist era. I wonder how many of the top floor workers are happy to sit by the windows, knowing there is little holding them up beneath their feet. Such surviving socialist architecture in the city may not blend seamlessly into its more romantic surroundings, but can surprisingly complement them, although politically this was probably unintentional. The 1970s Most SMP, recently renamed the New Bridge, but is better known as the UFO Bridge due to the shape of its viewing platform, draws the eye and attention to its more opulent counterparts along the river banks. The complete absence of support columns underneath the bridge creates the most beautiful reflections in the Danube, but also results in the structure constantly wobbling and vibrating when heavy traffic drives over it. At least customers of the restaurant housed inside the viewing platform can try to ignore the juddering by enjoying the panoramic views from their table instead, or from the rooftop of the flying saucer-shaped platform itself, or even from the customer toilet cubicles. The only problem with the last of these options is that one can't help but feel on view as well. So I would suggest enjoying the view or otherwise from here with the lights off. Panoramic views over Bratislava can be enjoyed on a less personal level from the top of another conspicuous structure from the city's socialist era. Within the enchanting forest park, 30 minutes walk north of the old town, the Camsic TV mast does little to blend into its natural surroundings. But from the small bar area on the top floor, the view over the forest and city below, if it's not too misty, is simply stunning. Once back on ground level, a chairlift nearby will gracefully take willing passengers through a section of the forest park. At first I was surprised that I appeared to be the only one riding it that day, even though the forest was teeming with children and adults. But then, as it was the middle of winter, I guess only a tourist would be stupid enough to pay to dangle in sub-zero temperatures for a quarter of an hour at a time. Luckily for me, I came prepared, so I sat back with my flask of tea and enjoyed the view, peace and quiet, all to myself, on the return journey. Bratislava has chosen to preserve its surviving socialist monuments and sculptures, partly out of respect for its past, and partly for the tourists freely able to visit the city in their droves now that the Iron Curtain has fallen. In an attempt to create an identity more reflective of its 21st century EU status, the city has introduced a collection of modern sculptures of local folk heroes dotted around the old town. They have proved very popular, and one in particular has won the accolade of being the most photographed attraction in the city. Shoemill, or Rubberneck, is thought to be a sculpture of a local socialist spy, unsuccessfully using the cover of a workman to conceal his true purpose. Whoever he is, tourists take a lot of photos of him, but I saw few taking photographs with him. The photogenic statue of Napoleon soldier in the old town square, however, is very popular indeed, and clearly makes for a good selfie buddy. So popular is he with tourists, it was rather difficult to film him without anyone else in shot. Isn't it pleasing to be so popular?